ice is that what I learned today was that a lot of the kids that's like younger than me, because I'm at the age of 25, so I had bullying, but it really wasn't at the main front when I was a little one. But what I do know is that a lot of the kids are not saying nothing, and it just keep on going on, like behind closed doors, and no one knows. And like one thing I know is like a lot of my friends tried to commit suicide due to a lot of this stuff. So we can take it from there if anybody else want to chime in.
Hi, I'm Kushayla. I'm the one that was up there. I guess the question is, where do you guys feel like that? I asked my kids one day, where do they feel like the core of bullying came from? And some of them told me that it came from home, from kids being bullied at home. Some of them told me that it comes from peer pressure, kids being peer pressured to act differently than they are. And there's one other thing, they told me something else. But when they told me that, it was like, I never thought of it that way as far as, I'm gonna go up.
Bye, Claire.
Okay, this is kind of different for me.
Can't run around, baby.
All right, guys, give me a couple more seconds.
For everybody,
We got a quick speaker. Don't leave just yet. We got a quick speaker coming up for you. And give me 1 second.
Also, folks in the audience, let's just move forward.
We have Apostle SB Barber coming to the stage with the Stop Bullying Now movement. So she's going to just say a couple words for you. So just give her a quick hand of applause, please.
Good evening, everyone. Let's do this. Anyone that's out in the hallway, can I get you to bring them in, because they may not know that we are continuing. If it's your parents, let them know that we'd like to have them in just for a few moments. All right? Young people in the back, may I have you come and take a seat? I am so honored and excited to be in this setting. That's how important you young people are to me. Very important to me. I'll tell you how important you are to me, okay? My daughter's in the hospital and she had a procedure today, and everything within me wanted to be there. But because it's a family thing for us, Stop Bullying Now movement, she said, Mom, you do that, God's got me. So, I want you to understand that you are so important. Where are the young people at? Let me see some hands. I've got something for you, because I've got to bring this down to your level. Can I get someone to help me? I got to bring this. I love it. Here's what I want you to do. I want all of these young people to come up front. Let me give you an example. You know how it is when you go to a concert and they're getting ready to rock it? You know what I'm trying to say? I don't say it quite the way you say it, but I'm trying. And they want to rock it, and they come up front and they're so excited about the music. I heard you all say, Stop Bullying Now. And since you came up here, now don't show them what you have, okay? You promise me? Okay? Don't show anyone. You take this, keep it to your chest. Keep it, don't show anybody, okay? And then guess what? It used to be a secret. Hold it. Keep chanting with me. Stop bullying now. Keep saying that.
Stop bullying now.
Come on, you were
Stop bullying now.
Keep saying
Stop bullying now.
Keep saying it.
Stop bullying now.
Here, baby.
Stop bullying now.
Keep saying that.
Stop bullying now. Stop bullying now.
Keep Okay, what I want you to do is take your sign and turn it around and display it. Show it to everyone. Okay, give everyone some room. Come on. All right? Show it. Show it like it's important to you. That's right. You see how they're moving forward? You didn't think that your play really meant something, but they're moving forward. They're not in the background anymore. You taught them something because they had an opportunity to see their peers and hear their peers. But they're getting ready to go back to school empowered. And what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Okay, can I add something to that? I want you to turn around and look at yourself. Point to yourself. Find somebody to look at, pair up. Get someone to pair up with. These are magnets for you to take home. All right, parents, so I haven't forgotten you, but they're the stars right now, so just hold on. You got someone? Listen, teenagers, if you're still here, you can come and get yours also. But what I want you to do, look at each other and say this. I am a no bullying zone. Say it again. I am. Wow. Now wait a minute. We got another piece to that. I am a no violence zone. Take it away. Do it. And you know what? You have power to say that without even getting in anyone's face. All right? So do it again. And you know what? Show your swag. Okay? Because you're reclaiming your identity. So say it again without being in their face. Simply, I am a no bullying zone.
I am a no bullying zone.
I am a no violence zone.
I am a no violence zone.
All right, and then look at the audience, and what are you going to tell them?
I am a no bullying zone. I am a no violence zone.
Yes. I was asked, and as I said, I'm honored to do this. Well, forgive me. We make it work, don't we, young people? Now, you know what you all can do? Go and make sure that every individual, look at them, they're just hungry. Okay, now, remember, you have swag, so you can be polite. We have more, children. We have more. I have more to give you. There you go. There's a way to do it. You just learned some things. No bullying. Bullying comes in all different forms. Can someone say, excuse me? And I'll give you yours. All right, I've got more for you. Because these are magnets, parents and children, you can put them on your locker at school. You can put them on a refrigerator. I'm coming. Plenty. First of all, look and see who needs one. Who would like a magnet to take home and start a no bullying zone in your home, in your neighborhood, on your street, and your community? All right, parents, would you come and gather in here for me? I want to hear you. Adults, you don't have to be a parent. Just come and fill in. And children, if you'll come and sit in the front there. I see Bishop Howell in the house. Bishop Howell, I can't leave you out of this fun. All right, can everyone just fill in? I need you to fill in these seats right here. Hurry. We're not going to take a lot of time. Will you just sit in this area? I'm ready for your questions. She wants another. All right, if we can turn the music down. How many of you have had questions, adults? Maybe some of you at some point you just assumed that bullying looked like this. Oh, that's your brother. Kids do that. Siblings. Man up. Stop being a punk. Dad's not here. Man up. And then they go through a process of being, it's called ranking. It's called all the way down, from the oldest to the littlest. If you paid attention to what these children were saying in their performance, parents, what were some of the settings that bullying occurs in? And just say it, and we'll go from there. Is that okay? We're comfortable. We need to be able to talk. We need to be able to talk. So, what were some of the settings, parents, or guardians, or caregivers? A little bit louder. Absolutely. Another setting? Where? Someone said home. And you saw, look, this blew my mind, because this is so it. This is so it. Where else? Home, heart, school,
Bus.
the bus,
Mall. Hallway.
the mall, hallway. I love it. Hallway where? Can someone get me a tissue?
At school.
At school, cafeteria,
Bathroom, definitely.
bathroom. Okay, sweetheart, come here for a moment.
Cyberbullying.
This young one, come here.
You.
Turn around and tell them your name.
Amari.
Amari, what does bullying look like in the cafeteria? Just take a chance. What does it look like? What does it feel like? It feels like what?
Sadness.
Sadness? Can everyone say sadness? Sadness. Bullying feels like sadness. Somebody said cyberbullying. Who said that?
Me.
Come here, young man. Let me change that. You're not a man yet, but come here, young scholar. You go to school? Excellent. Tell me your name.
Jason.
Jason. Jason, what does bullying look like in cyber? What did you call it?
Cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying. Tell me about that.
It's when someone, like, there's a website and, like, there's certain people that say things about a person and then other people come into it and it makes them feel like they're bullied.
Excellent. Can you still, if I step down here, someone else said school. Who said school? Who said school? All right. May I have you join us for a moment? All right. Are you a parent? Excellent. You are. If you don't. Oh.
My name, Pat Anderson.
What does bullying look like in where? Where did you say?
I said at school.
What does it look like? Based upon what you've heard?
Yeah. What I've heard and what I've seen is shoving, pushing, name calling, gosh, you know, when you ask me, it's like, oh, yeah. But mostly, I think what I've seen lately is just being mean, pushing, shoving around, definitely calling people out of their name, which is painful.
Absolutely. Who's ever been, all right, come quickly. Who's ever been called out of their name? I have. And it did not feel good at all. You came up, why?
I got bullied
Where?
at school.
Do you hear their teaching right now? Right now. Okay. Excellent. Let's let him stand there. Why don't you step to the mic and just don't bother the mic. Just stay with me, okay? What did being bullied at school feel like to you?
Sad.
And anything else? When a person feels sad, they want to disappear. They literally want to just, you see them every day, and they hate living. They get on the school bus, and they're bullied on the school bus. Even though there's an attendant driving that bus, and possibly an aide. But yet, how can this be happening? Why can't they see that? Typically, young people end up being what from school? Suspended from the bus. Because the person who is being bullied, picked on, talked about, made fun of, laughed at, maybe they hear these kinds of statements. You stink, you smell, and they don't even stink or smell. But they hear it over and over and over. We have a situation right now that Stop Bullying Now movement is advocating, and we're not going to let go of it. A 14-year-old was bullied, and it's on our site. Just remember this, Stop Bullying Now movement. And I would love it if you would like the site. It is a movement. But the young man was bullied so severely that, unfortunately, he went right back to the source where he was tormented daily. Every single school day. And he decided, well, I know how to fix this. And he took his life. He took his own life. 14 years old, 10 years old. You say 10, what would a 10-year-old even be thinking like that? You're not in their shoes. But we have some solutions. What can we do as friends, young people? What can we do as students at school, young people? I want you to say this with me. I am a scholar.
I am a scholar.
I'm at school to learn.
I'm at school to learn.
And I have a right to learn.
And I have a right to learn.
And not be bullied.
And not be bullied.
When I see someone being bullied,
When I see someone being bullied,
I might not be brave enough
I might not be brave enough
to actually walk over to them
to actually walk over to them
and stop it,
and stop it.
but I'm going to go and tell someone,
Or I'm going to go and tell someone,
a student that's maybe older than me,
a student that may be older than me,
a teacher, the aide in the cafeteria, and I'm going to say, I don't know that person, and maybe I do, but they are being bullied, and I don't like it. It's not right. Will you help me help them? Can you try to say that in your own way?
There's this person that I don't know.
Go ahead. Interesting technology. They've mastered it. Is it on? All right, that's all right. Oh, okay. Help is coming. Help is coming. You know what? May we use this as an example? He couldn't get the mic on. But students, scholars came to his aid to help him get that mic on. Sometimes numbers are great when you're able to go to another friend and say, I don't like what they're doing to that student. And go and get a few students that are real cool. They're polite, they're caring, and they're there to learn. And you know what? Say, let's go over and just sit with that student. And you can do that, and guess what? It works. And sometimes you have to keep doing that. But if it is you that's being bullied, and maybe you aren't comfortable telling anyone, I need an adult to come up to the mic, whether you are a parent or a caregiver. Now that you've seen the play and heard some things, I would like maybe 5 adults or whoever will to walk up to the mic and say, one moment, hold on. All right, students, scholars, I need you to step back for a moment and look at all of us and tell us something that would help us deal with that student in our home that's being bullied maybe, or that student at school that you heard about from your own child that's being bullied and they don't know what to do. All right, scholars, would you step back from the mic a moment, please? Thank you. Oh.
I guess the first thing that I would do is
Would you introduce yourself?
I'm Desmond Martin.
And I heard the children say, she said, that's my dad. All right, thank you for joining us tonight.
I guess the first thing I would do is go to the parents of the bully. Find out what's going on in the home there to where the child is coming to school angry all the time. Try to find that source on that. And then, of course, the next thing would be talking to the teachers, things like that, and maybe get everyone together in one room, the bully, the parents, everybody, and get something resolved behind that.
And a good way to do that is, first of all, calming down. Who wants to know that your child is hurting? Come on now. I know we got some lionesses in this building and some lions in this building. We've even got one of the shepherds, Bishop Heil, in the house, and we also have ministry and spiritual sons and daughters, and we don't like it when they don't feel good. But we have to calm down and understand that now we are representing. The most important thing is we want our child to know that you hear them and you want to talk with them to find out how long has this been going on. You see what I mean? How long has this been going on? And I know you heard some buzzwords. You heard the kids say simultaneously, basically, bullying makes them what? Sad. So all of a sudden you see that child is, maybe they usually would come in and join in some kind of way. And it just seems like you can't get them out of their room and they won't talk, and because they're embarrassed already. And some of them go into depression, and depression, that demon, I call it what it is, will claim their life. All right, are you a mother? Thank you for that.
I am
you
a
give
mother.
him a hand, this father. Thank you. Come on, scholars. Okay, you can stand with your faces that way. But you just want you to allow someone to talk. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking,
Would you introduce yourself?
I'm Jaquana Overton, and my daughter was in the play. She's sitting over there. And I think, you know, when you have kids, it's important for you to let them know that they can come and talk to you about anything. And when you feel like you notice that there's differences in them, to be aware of that. You know, sometimes parents can just put their kids to the side so much and they can't pay attention to what's really going on with them. You can see the changes in your kids, you know, when there's something major happening with them if you're a good parent. And so it's that, and also just teaching your kids about faith. I don't know if everybody in here know God, but I do. And you know, when you know God, you know that that's a refuge. No matter what you're going through, you won't just tap out because you'll pray about it, you know. And so I think that's important too as parents, to teach our kids to have faith. So for me, that's what it is.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. All right, do I have another parent or guardian or adult? You're talking to our children. Talking to our children. And how many of you go to a local church? I see the hands. Beautiful, beautiful. And there are times when even our teenagers will go to church and still walk away so sad and so hurt and distraught. All right. What I want, let me see those hands again. Okay, how many of you are around children? Excellent. Okay. Talk to those children around you and ask them, how are things going? How's everything going? You're getting ready to go back to school. All our students, I'm not talking about grades, I'm talking about scholars, academic scholars that have futures that God has ordained for them. And yet, they feel like nobody sees them. They feel invisible. Just like a person who's suffering from bulimia, they don't see that they're thin skin and bones. They see weight. And that child, that student that is being bullied feels invisible. But we're going to help them reclaim their identity. Question or comment? Would you come so that it's important that everyone hears?
You don't want to get it mistaken that a bully is only in the form of a child. You have adult bullies. You know, you got teachers maybe that even pick on the kids, harass the kids, or, you know, uncle or auntie or something. So, you know, it ain't always just a child.
How many of you agree with that? Come on, that's right. The many faces of bullying. What was the name of the play? Children, young people, parents. One more time. Two-faced. What does two-faced mean?
It means someone that's a bully, but inside they're actually not a bully. It's someone who's two versions, but they're afraid to be themselves.
Interesting. Very good. Very good. Someone else? What did you get from that? What does two-faced mean? Someone else? All right. The many faces of bullying. These are statistics. Bullying is not limited to taking someone's lunch money or pushing someone down on the playground, as most people envision. The following are types of bullying behaviors. Physical aggression. What does that mean? Talk to me. Loud, physical aggression, fighting, pushing, punching. And guess what? You are absolutely correct. Physical aggression, hitting, pushing, spitting, and stalking someone. Verbal aggression, name calling, teasing, making insulting remarks, threatening, disrespecting, or demeaning a person's race, disability, appearance, or so much more. If you are a girl and other girls are always picking on you, there are girls that will say to other girls, "You look like a boy. You're ugly." Emotional aggression, spreading rumors. And how do they do that? There are young people that do it on the what? Internet. There are adults that join in with children on the internet. On the internet, adults jump in and start things, carry out things, and threaten children on the internet. Should you know what your child is doing on the internet? Okay. There are some parents that don't believe that. They feel like, I don't have time. But yet, that might be the very tool that a bullier is victimizing your child by. Sexual aggression. Unwanted sexual advances or actions intended to make the other person uncomfortable, embarrassed, or humiliated, and might include obscenities or gestures, exposure, or physical contact. Do you know that the numbers are soaring where we have young girls ages 12 to 17 and they are being hit on, slapped on? That's what is happening to Boo. And this is going on. And some of these girls, let me go there because that's what I do. They don't know what to do with it, unfortunately. This can be a young girl that she's on the praise team. She's in the choir. But at school, she's short. And she's being harassed, mistreated, and abused and slapped around and has not said a word to anyone. I'm giving you some things to now step back. Some of you are in academia, some of you may be in healthcare, some of you may be in the community at our community centers, our parks. Rape is happening in our community parks. That's why we launched a series of free concerts in the park. And we took the message of Stop Bullying Now movement into the parks because we wanted our children to know you're supposed to be safe here. You have a right to be safe here. Some of them come to the parks because it is so horrific for them in their homes. So they stay out. I get the stories about the young boys that are being bullied. And you know what they do? They get on the bus, the transit bus, one fare, and they ride from one end of the city to the other end of the city because they don't want to go home and deal with being slapped, pushed, spit on, spreaded rumors about them, and they have no place else to go. So what I ask of you is to now take Two-Faced can't get any clearer than that. It was absolutely outstanding. Give them a hand again. Absolutely outstanding. Any other questions, comments? I know that something's on your heart because you wouldn't even be here. Or what made sense to you? Anyone? Come on.
My comment is that I'm really glad that you're here and the information that you have. I work here at Sabathany, and my job is health and wellness coordinator, so I get to work with the teens twice a week. And this is one of the main subjects or topics that we want to bring into the school this year. So I definitely have to get your contact information. I would love it if you would come and speak with our youth because, you know, I agree with everything you're saying, and it's shocking to me that young girls, 12, 13, 14 years old, are being abused in relationships, or so-called relationships. And it's hush-hush. You know, they ignore it or they think that it's normal. One kid said to me once, well, you should see how he looked, because she had a black eye. And so another kid said to me once, we do a good thing, bad thing every time we get together. And one of the things she said was, which was heartbreaking, she said, well, the good thing is I went to jail this weekend. And the bad thing is I'm out. So I am very, very happy that you're here, and we definitely have to connect because I need for the kids to hear what you have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Another parent, guardian, caregiver, I want you to introduce who you are.
My name is Kelly, and I'm here with Mr. Martin. One of the things that, as a parent, that came out so strongly for my boys, we didn't even let them play with water guns. We don't pay attention to marketing, and we do not pay attention to TV as effectively as we need to, because the relationships that they are portraying are planting seeds in our young people's head that this is a way to live. The game Grand Theft Auto, things like that, that somehow being strong and hard and weapons or treating people disrespectfully is okay. When you associate young minds with multi-million-dollar entertainment fields, they are going to connect that is a way of success. So I just think it's important that parents pay attention to that more strongly, along with the music as well, because most of the lyrics are breaking down to harming or intimate connections. It's important to teach your children what appropriate touch is. I was a young woman that didn't learn that very effectively, so I didn't have very many good boundaries. And if we begin to teach them young, they will begin to speak out louder when somebody touched me and that wasn't appropriate. They'll let you know instead of hiding it.
Excellent information. Think about this. Bullying is the first form of violence that many experience. Victims report being unhappy, often get lower grades. All of a sudden your child's grades just spiral down, and occasionally retaliate. I have an individual, young male, and he kept telling the school that he was being bullied. He kept telling them. And one day, the bully came in, and it was horrible, because that young man, not the bully, but the victim, retaliated. He lost control. It took two adults, bigger guys than you, to pull him off. And guess what he kept saying? Over and over. I told you to leave me alone. I told you to leave me alone. I told you to leave me alone. I don't know about you, but that saddens me. That burdens me. Do you understand? not just your child, but somebody else's child. You said some awesome things. Now go back into the community. You have two faces. If you can't think of anything to say, they gave you dialogue. And that's what acting does. If you may find yourself repeating a line from two faces to get the point across, it will open up the dialogue because you have the heart to do so. We do go into the school system. You can just simply Google Stop Bullying Now movement on Facebook, and you'll find our electronic press kit, any information about us. We go into the school system to do training. One of the school unions, the Minneapolis Public School Local 59, is aligning with us, and we appreciate that. So you're right on point there. So definitely we will follow through, and as equally so, our concerts during the summer. So coming up, pre-labor concert, Stop Bullying Now movement on the 31st? Yes, August 31st. So just go to the site and you'll see the information. Can't do it all right now, but as a village, we can help our children, help ourselves reclaim their identity and simply say, everyone, stop bullying now movement. Thank you.
Did we enjoy her? Apostle, prophet, SB. I really enjoyed you. And I'm sorry I was gone. I was gone with the kids. We took off and we had to do something, and I'm sorry we didn't come out and introduce you. I apologize. But I really enjoyed
We
it.
adapted to, we let the children teach us, didn't we? We learned some things.
They left.
And that's important.
Yeah, so great message.
For those of you that would like a magnet, take one free with you, and it is a magnet for you to put. You can let your child take it to school, put it on their locker, or show it to the dean at school, or put it on the refrigerator at home, or like somebody said, take it to work. And put it on your phone.
This is one woman that we worked together for a long time. Yeah, long time ago, way back. Enjoyed you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. Let's give her another hand clap. I know that a lot of people have left already, but I believe the message went through with the children. You have something to say, honey? Okay. You want? Okay, well, we're going to have to go now because it's time to go. But thank you for coming, all that's left. I think a lot of people have left already. So enjoy your day. And children, when you go back to school, be the bigger person. And when the bully comes, don't feed into the bullies. All right?